Welcome to the end of the week, the beginning of this half hour, and a new season. 7:18 is the time right now. I'm Wisdom Martin with the Fox 5 News Alert. A powerful 6.8 earthquake hit Mexico's capital overnight. A desperate search for survivors is underway right now. 11 crew members and passengers went down with the plane. This was 8 a.m. their time when this attack happened. There was a suicide bomber as well as a package that exploded. 5:14 is the time right now. Check this out. This is a close call for the driver of a car who barely missed a child on a scooter in the crosswalk. Now, the manager of the team, Martinez, says he's not superstitious, he's just stitious. You do the math on that. You know, Sherry, I have considered a role as Bond, James Bond, but I don't know if that would be good enough for me because I don't want to kill the franchise either. I think you might have. The incident in question happened at the end of a Washington-Philadelphia game at FedEx Field back in January. You might remember this video of Eagles fans reaching over the railing and trying to high-five quarterback Jalen Hurts when the barrier collapses. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky is doing okay after getting into a car crash following a battlefield visit. In 2021, the U.S. saw a record number of deadly overdoses, and now health officials are doubling down on the seriousness of the problem. Well, that car is gone, but the mess remains here in front of the restaurant. The police tell me that the car was traveling southbound here on Pennsylvania Avenue. You know what the bass line is to this song?
Tell us. I don't.
It sounds like the sped up version of Like the Deserts Miss the Rain.
Oh.
Nick is live right here in the loft on Good Day DC. You like that intro?
I
right
love,
there?
man, that was an amazing intro.
And we didn't even get it all in.
Philadelphia.
Born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling in something on the neighborhood. Yeah. Yes.
All outside the school.
Everybody knows it. Now everybody in the building is doing it. Wow. I'm Wisdom Martin in the newsroom with this Fox 5 News Alert. The January 6th House Committee demanding former President Trump's testimony as part of its investigation. The committee voted unanimously during its public hearing on Thursday to subpoena the former president. Lawmakers presented new video of the day of the attack and described what they called Trump's multi-part plan to overturn his 2020 election loss. Trump is almost certain to fight the subpoena and decline to testify. The committee is on a timeline. They plan to actually produce a report of their likely findings by December. News alert out of North Carolina, where 5 people are dead following a mass shooting this morning. A minor is in police custody. Here's Holly with the details on that story. Developing in the district, police investigating the shooting death of yet another teen. And they say that Andre Robertson Jr. was killed in what appears to be a targeted shooting. 8:04 is the time right now. A restaurant in Prince George's County is apologizing to patrons for how they responded to a customer's death in the restaurant's bathroom.
I saw a burning bush yesterday. You seen one of those?
Oh, yeah.
It turned bright red.
No, I've heard about it in the Bible,
Yeah,
though.
I thought you were talking about that.
Well, no, this is, yeah.
You saw a real burning
Gardening
bush?
I was like, okay, Tiger taking us to church.
Okay. Also in the district, an H Street bar that became popular with some right-wingers for defying the city's mask and vaccine mandate is suing the district's Department of Health. It was all about Dan Snyder. That report was all about Dan Snyder and his secret intel on the other owners. Holly is here now with all the drama. All of that. And this is after they won.
I was just going to say, and the comeback for Brian Robinson.
Tucker Barnes has your forecast. We've got weather and traffic coming up on the 5s. First, though, let's get caught up on the headlines with Holly Morris. She has some top stories this morning. 8:36 is the time. We have a lot of conversations about Rihanna and when she's coming out with some new music. Well, coming up, rumor has it that Rihanna is going on tour next year. We're going to have more details. And as we had to break, if you're looking for some weekend fun while supporting a great cause, make sure you join us at the Leukemia Lymphoma Society as we drive out the darkness of blood cancers with our Light the Night walks. Let's talk about the trial of Fugees member Pras. It's set to begin November 4th. The artist is facing federal money laundering charges for which he has pled not guilty. Actor Leonardo DiCaprio is said to be on the witness list for Pras's trial. Prosecutors say DiCaprio's The Wolf of Wall Street was partially funded by stolen money. All right, coming up, we've got a lot more. We're not done. It's 8:40. Stay tuned. We've got weather, we've got traffic, we've got all things Fox 5. 5:14 is the time right now. Check this out. This is a close call for the driver of a car who barely missed a child on a scooter 9:47 is the time right now. Well, hey, the fifth season of the Big Three almost in the books. The top four teams are set to battle it out Sunday in Tampa Bay, Florida for the playoffs. The 3-on-3 Pro Basketball League, founded by the legendary rapper and entertainment mogul Ice Cube, continues to grow in popularity. And this morning, Ice Cube joins us to talk all about the road to the Big Three championship and what's ahead. Good morning to you, Ice Cube.
Hey, what's happening, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I can't complain at all. You're doing well. The league continues to thrive. We're heading into the playoffs now. So what can people expect in the playoffs? The top teams, the top players, what can people expect when they tune in this weekend? Any star players in the play? Well, I know you got star players, but anybody rise to the surface as probably a lead candidate for MVP this year? So you're doing something a little different this time around. This will be the first time you're having a Big Three All-Star game. Tell me about that. So who's in the celebrity game?
We got a few people, we just got to get their confirmations. You know what I mean? You know how celebrities are.
But when you talk about your league and how, I always ask you this about how successful it's been. Here we are going into yet another season. It's thriving. You got the TV deal and everybody's excited about it. And now you're evolving into an all-star game and then there's a celebrity game as well. How do you keep growing this league and getting the attention of the masses where people are like, yeah, that thing that Ice Cube is doing with the 3-on-3 is good. I got to either see this or I got to be there. Okay, all right. And Ice Cube came up with the entire idea in this concept. You got to be excited that you came up with this idea and it's working, right? Ice Cube, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you this morning and continued success on the league. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right, take care, sir. All right, you can tune in next Sunday for the Big Three championship game. It's in Tampa, Florida. Holly, over to you. Man grabbed his camera and caught the suspects on tape.
A woman in a yellow dress walking down Connecticut Avenue past SunTrust Bank notices something wrong and starts to run. A Fox 5 photographer captures what scared her, a bank robbery in progress. You can see a masked gunman with a weapon peeking around the corner of the bank. He crouches down by the open sliding door. About 12 seconds later, you see what he's waiting for. Two other masked gunmen rush out of the bank, and they take off.
There was a guy crouched down with a mask over his face. He's crouched down and he's coming back like this, okay? Then out of the bank come two guys with AK-47s. They all had on masks, they all had on black jackets, and they had on gloves.
Then them cats ran in here with long guns, man, started robbing the bank.
I saw two men, one with a black bandana, another one with some type of a hood device, running with rifles across the front of the bank. And as that happened, I called 911.
They were going fast, I mean real fast. We slid over about 3 more feet, he'd have ran right into us.
Investigators say it looks like the work of the serial bank robbers who have robbed 5 banks in D.C. and Maryland in the last 6 months. The FBI says 2 shots were fired inside the bank into the ceiling, but no serious injuries were reported.
Now, as far as the investigation is concerned, also those witnesses who were on board that trash truck tell us that when that minivan passed by them, the sliding door was open and there was red dye coming from inside that van. They could see it as well as smell it. Now, as far as that minivan is concerned that was used in today's robbery, Fox 5's Beth Parker joins us now with the latest on that. Beth?
If there are worse drivers in Maryland or worse drivers in Virginia.
In the studio to break it all down, have we come up with an official decision here?
Absolutely we have. We know it has nothing to do with people who live in Maryland. Right. Thank you, Tucker, for co-signing on that. Because you're DC, right?
I'm Maryland.
Oh, you're Maryland.
But I don't
okay,
drive very often.
I'm not
I hate
asking.
to
I already
drive.
know where Steve is. I'm not going to ask you, Steve.
I'm team all bad drivers.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Hey, well, let me tell you about this. According to a new survey from Forbes, there's a good chance that Maryland has the worst drivers, at least worse than Virginia. Maryland was found to have the 7th most confrontational drivers in the country. Confrontational. Virginia came in at number 44, And of course, this survey might be just a little bit flawed. Utah had the most confrontational drivers. Massachusetts was 15th. Pennsylvania was 49th. And according to the survey, the most polite drivers in the country, North Dakota.
So what you're saying is in Virginia,
Yeah.
you'll still get cut off. It's just you won't fight about it after.
You just won't fight about it. In Maryland, we don't mess around.
Right.
Think about who lives in
We're gonna
Maryland.
let you know.
Tucker Barnes. Think about if you cut him down.
Bad
All makes
man.
more sense
Yeah,
now.
man.
He's a very bad man. All right, that brings us to our Fox 5 Live Instapoll question. We're asking, are Maryland drivers worse than Virginia drivers? We have several ways you can vote this morning. Scan the QR code on your screen, head to our website, fox5dc.com, or by using the free Fox 5 app. Don't do it while you're driving, though.
This is a tough one, Wiz, because typically you would think in a survey like this,
Yes.
Marylanders would be like, no way, Virginia drivers are worse.
Right.
But when you say we're more confrontational, that
Yeah.
might be a badge of honor. And
know
the
what?
Marylanders
There you go,
might
yeah.
claim that one.
You know what? You're right about
We're going to
that.
get some people angry this morning. And
You know what?
Virginia's going to be going
But
against
did you see what Steve did? That's a
Yeah.
good point there. He did make a good point. In other words, don't mess with Maryland drivers.
That's right. We'll
Hey.
let you know.
Yeah, don't mess with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't mess with us. Welcome back. I'm Wisdom Martin in the newsroom with your sports headlines. The news not so great at FedEx Field this weekend. The Washington football team falling to their rivals, the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas actually led this game 24-0 at the half. It looked pretty bleak. Washington did manage a big comeback in the fourth quarter, but it just wasn't enough. Washington will now face the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday. Bad news in Baltimore as well. Similar series of unfortunate events for the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Browns in Ohio. Second quarter, Lamar Jackson taken off the field with an ankle injury. Ravens also tried to come back. They tried to come from behind, but the Browns hang on to win this one 24-22. University of Maryland's men's basketball team upsets 24th ranked University of Florida. The Terps holding on for a 70-68 win at home last night. It is interim head coach Danny Manning's first win with the team. Former head coach Mark Turgeon and the school parted ways earlier this month after a disappointing start to the season. Michael Jordan, widely considered the NBA's greatest of all time, one of the greatest players ever, gets another appearance on a Wheaties box. This one features gold foil. The limited edition one box launches today. Now, it's part of a promotion with Jordan and his racing team, 2311. That features NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace. So Michael Jordan still relevant after all this time and not even playing anymore. Not just selling shoes and owning the Charlotte Hornets. He's a big deal.